Is that right?
Yeah, he's almost 9 months old.
Well, congratulations. How has that affected you being on the road? Is it hard? Do you find it wanting to go home?
It's affected me by the fact that it's no longer about me anymore. Everything that I do out here is for him.
Awesome. I heard actually Barry, you in an interview talking about that, saying that that's kind of how the change had happened.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's awesome.
It's been a blessing. It's good. He's a sweet little boy, so it's nice.
Well, you know, one of the things that I find remarkable about you guys is, you know, right from the get-go, out of the chute with 45, you had some drama going on with MTV. You guys really have had to be road dogs, on the road all the time, not much press at all in the beginning.
Absolutely, yeah.
And how did that go for you? I mean, did you find that was, in the end, a better experience for you, or?
I think so. I mean, really, it made us work that much harder and allowed us to be on the road longer to make things successful. And I think it's better when you have a slower climb as a band. It keeps you out there longer, and it's allowed us to get to 3 albums. So for us, I think it was a blessing in disguise, even though we had to work that much harder.
I'm sure. I bet your fan base is just very dedicated. They've had to follow you.
Fans.
Yeah, they're awesome. So what's going on right now? I know you guys are...
We always just tell everybody the same thing, that we only have one boss, and it's everybody that's sitting in front of us right now.
Yeah. That's how it ought to be. So tell me, of course you've got The Sound of Madness out now, and you know, with Legal Whisper, that went platinum, Us and Them. I mean, such success you guys have had. Tell me kind of what happened with The Sound of Madness. I heard that you had like 60 songs that you presented for this album.
Absolutely. We were lucky enough that the label gave us unlimited time to do this record, and we really needed that to really focus on what the direction was going to be. And to make the record that we made, we wanted to make it bigger than life and as large as possible. And working with Rob Cavallo and Doug McKean, the producer and engineer, we were able to do that and just make what I think these guys breathe the best record that we've done today.
It's just the energy, it's just so hard hitting, and as always, your lyrics, you guys, it seems like you really have a message when you go to write your tunes.
Absolutely. Brent's the lyricist, and when he writes with the heart, really about the experiences that we've gone through over the past few years. That's 90% of the material, 90% of the lyrics is just a reflection on us and what we've done.
Right on. You guys did some of the recording for it here in Nashville, didn't you?
We did some of the demo work here, yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
How was the recording process here? Did you find it different, or?
We really thought it was cool. We really thought it was cool because we worked with Bobby Huff, who's from here, who's pretty well known, and another gentleman by the name of Jeffrey Steele.
Oh, yeah.
And Nashville's an amazing
Nashville's
city.
Nashville, man.
I mean,
did you get to go to any honky tonks?
I mean, you know, you try to. We were working at the time, so we tried not to go out too late.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, just every time that we come to Nashville, the vibe's just always really great. I mean, I grew up not very far from here. I grew up in Knoxville,
Yeah, that's
Tennessee.
what I thought. You're a UT fan, I guess, huh?
Well, they're playing right now. I'm not
Not a big football guy.
I'm just not a football guy. I don't know why. I've always been into baseball.
Oh, but that's all right. Everybody's got their sport. Well, tell me about Devour. I know that you guys have not really taken a political agenda very much, but Devour was influenced by your visit to the troops in Iraq.
The thing was with the trip to Iraq was that we had been working on it for probably close to 2 years before we actually got the opportunity to go over there. And then the idea was solely for the troops. It was just for the men and women of the armed forces. We did not go over there for any kind of political reason at all. It was just so we could play music for them, to be able to meet with them, to be able to talk to them. We probably shook hands with over like 4,000, soldiers when we were there. We went into Kuwait and we played Fort Bearing, then we took a C-130 into Iraq, played Fallujah, Al-Assad, TQ, and it was just the most amazing experience. But the thing with Devour is it really came from the story of this one soldier that I talked to one day. I believe it was in Fallujah, because we were actually honored enough to have played on that day. It was the 231st birthday of the Marine Corps.
Wow.
And so to be there during that was a huge honor, and to play for them, and that was an insane show. But so afterwards I was talking to this soldier, and he was telling me about, his life and this and that and the other, and I was like, well, tell me about your family and what have you. And he's like, well, I have a 3-year-old daughter that I've never physically even seen because I've been here this long. And when we got back, and this kind of happened later on because the process of making The Sound of Madness was 19 months from the writing of it
Yeah.
to the recording to getting it out. And when Devour came into my head, as far as, and I'm only talking lyrically here, a lot of people took the agenda that it was a political song, and really, it was almost like a letter to the president that's in office right now. All we want is for our soldiers to come home.
Exactly.
That's the bottom line. They've been there long enough. I think that war is something that is beyond horrible. I think we put these men and women on the front line every single day, and half the time they don't even know really why they're still there.
Right.
I'd love to be the guy to say that there'll be world peace one day, but I don't know if that'll ever happen, but there's definitely got to be a compromise. And now with the election that we're going through, in this country now, between Obama and McCain, there's a lot of different opinions about everything. The song was just it was an anthem for the troops to show our love to them and our respect to them and everything that they go through. And a lot of people around us were like, "Are you sure you want to lead off with that song?" And we were like, "Hell yeah."
You have never backed down. Why
The
start
other
now?
thing was we were gone for 2 years basically, close to that. And I think a lot of people, because we read a lot of interviews and talked to a lot of fans and a lot of different stations. There's only one station that matters.
Oh,
we
yeah,
know
that's
that.
exactly right. Good man, good man.
But and that would be the Buzz. And but they were like, they'll come back with a mid-tempo song or a ballad, or they'll come back with some kind of. That's how they'll come back. But we're like, no, we're going to come back with sledgehammers.
Look
So-
out! We're about to pummel your ass.
At least in our opinion, we did. It was that thing is to have been gone. We wanted to come back with our fist in the air, and I think our fans and our new fans, I think they wanted that. They wanted to have that energy again, and that they wanted to feel like it had been reinvented, which it had been. And I think we accomplished that with that song.
Absolutely, and it's so nice to have a band out on the road like you guys that will actually make that stand and take a statement. And people in Nashville will just eat you guys up. I do an all request lunch hour in Shinedown every day. Just barrage from old stuff, Burning Bright, 45, to your new stuff. Just takes off so well.
Well, we're honored to be here. We've been waiting a long time to get back here, so we're excited to be here.
What's in your refrigerator on the bus?
A lot of sodas. There's a bunch of yogurt in there because Eric is always eating yogurt.
Healthy.
There's definitely lots of fruit for Mr. Nick Berry. Lots of Coca-Cola for
Glass bottles.
glass bottles
There
for
you go.
Mr. Zach Myers.
There you go.
And beer for Barry.
There you go. Gotta have that. So what's next for you guys?
Barry, go.
Right now, we're getting ready to start a tour with Buck Cherry and Saving Abel. We're going to do that up until October. October, we're going over to Europe for the full month with Disturbed, and then we're going to come back, and the tour will be Avenged Sevenfold, Buck Cherry, and us and Saving Abel.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you again so much for you guys being out here. Their new album, Sound of Madness. Shinedown, let's hear it for them.